demon is never defeated until you've got the seed in your hand. He walked to the edge of the high, icy terrace, staring down at the snow-covered peaks below. We tore her up a bit, diminished her, but she'll be back. Mark me, Ulrich, this isn't over. Ulrich pulled himself straight. Even if you're right, even if the creature is still alive somewhere, we stopped the Dead Mountain's assault. The shepherdess can have no—
Do not speak to me about that woman!
The Lord of Storms roared. His hand shot to the blue-wrapped hilt of his sword, and the smell of ozone crept into the air as little tongues of lightning crackled along his grip. What we faced tonight should never have been allowed to come about. He looked at Ulrich from the corner of his eye. Do you know what we fought in that valley? Ulrich shuddered, remembering the black wings that blotted out the sky, the screaming cry that turned his bones to water and made mountains weep in terror, the hideous black shape that his brain refused to remember in detail because something that horrible should never be seen more than once. A demon. The Lord of Storms laughed. A demon. A demon is what we get when we neglect a seed too long. A demon can be taken out by a single league member. We kill demons every day. What we faced tonight, Ulrich, was a fully grown seed. The Lord of Storms took a deep breath. If I hadn't taken its head when I did, we could have witnessed the birth of another dead mountain. Another? Ulrich swallowed against the dryness in his throat. But the dead mountain is under the lady's own seal. Tiny slivers may escape, but nothing big enough to let the demon actually replicate itself could get through. It's impossible. The whole containment system would be undermined. Impossible? The Lord of Storms shook his head. You keep telling yourself that. But it is the lady's will that keeps the seal in place, and when her attention wanders, we're the ones who have to clean up. The Lord of Storms clenched his sword hilt, and the smell of ozone intensified. Ulrich held his breath, wondering if he should go for cover. When the Lord of Storms was this angry, nothing was safe. It's not just a large seed, the commander said at last. That would be too simple. What we saw tonight was as much a product of the soil as the seed. The master got his claws in a strong one this time. 32 league members and a ruined valley are nothing compared to what this could end up costing us. We have to find the creature and finish her. Ulrich was looking for a way to answer that when the soft sound of a throat clearing saved him the trouble. He turned to see a group of old men and women in fine, heavy coats standing in the doorway to the great hall. Ulrich nodded graciously, but the Lord of Storms just sneered and turned back to the mountains, crossing his arms over his chest. Undeterred by the League commander's rudeness, the figure at the group's head, a tall, stern man with a white beard down to his chest, stepped forward. My Lord of Storms, he said, bowing to the enormous man's back. I am Ferdinand Sloan, head shaper and guildmaster of the Shaper clans. I know who you are, the Lord of Storms said. We'll be out of here soon enough, old man. You are welcome to stay as long as you need, Sloan said, smiling benignly. However, we sought you out to offer assistance of a different nature. The Lord of Storms looked over his shoulder. Speak. Sloan remained unruffled. We have heard of your battle with the great demon, as well as its unfortunate escape. As master of the Shapers, I would like to offer our aid in its capture. Guildmaster, Ulrich said, you have already helped so much, providing aid and— How do you know about that? The sudden anger in the Lord of Storms' voice stopped Ulrich cold. These mountains are Shaper lands, my lord, the Guildmaster replied calmly. You can hardly expect to fight a battle such as you just fought without attracting our attention. Our great teacher, the Shaper Mountain, on whose slopes we now stand, is enraged and grieving. His brother mountains were among those injured by the demon, many beyond repair. As his students, we feel his pain as our own. We cannot bring back what was destroyed, but we do ask that we be allowed to assist in the capture of the one responsible. What help could you be to us? The Lord of Storms scoffed. Demons are league business. You may be good at slapping spirits together, but what do Shapers know of catching spirit eaters? More than you would think. The old man's eyes narrowed, but his calm tone never broke. After all, we Shapers live our lives